Another senior member of Rishi Sunak's top team resigns. The Tory party continues to decline in the opinion polls, and Conservative MPs submit their letters of no confidence in the Prime Minister. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tousi TV, the channel that challenges the mainstream media and the political establishment, from the left-wing nutters to the globalist elites. And today, the Conservative government. The so-called Conservative government, because based on policies and agenda, it's not really that conservative. But of course, they are still called the Conservative Party, and now they are falling apart, as usual, on a regular basis over the last year. And most of it has been self-destruction. But in case you haven't heard, the last 24 hours has been absolutely chaotic. The whole thing is falling apart since Rishi Sunak's chief of staff told the other advisors and people in number 10 Downing Street that if you guys are actually pessimistic and believe that Rishi Sunak will lose the election, feel free to resign. Now, this bluff was taken way too seriously by a number of people, including the head of communications in number 10, Amber de Botton, who decided to resign as obviously the person in charge of comms, because the chief of staff said, if you don't think Rishi Sunak is a good leader and a good prime minister, we're not going to force you to stay. And Amber and of course the others are saying, yeah, we don't actually believe in Sunakism, if that's even a thing. So this happened, and over the last few hours, this morning on Saturday, we've had a huge problem with lack of communications or chaotic communications from the cabinet, and they think that it's the weekend, it's going to be quiet. But no, tomorrow, Sunday, it's going to be a whole round of media interviews, and everyone's wondering who they're going to be sending on TV. Now, there's probably a massive possibility of a couple of names which have been used in the past, but I'm going to explain why they're probably a bad idea now. So, first things first, this is the latest prediction of the next election, where it shows the Labour Party will get a majority of 276. So, Labour will get a lot more seats. The net change will be 260 plus. Plus 260, and the Tories will not gain any new seat, and they will actually lose 259 seats. The Labour Party will not lose any seats, based on the current situation, of course. And I know things could change. We know that. We know how opinion polls change, because people change their mind as we get closer to the election. The Liberal Democrats, who got 11.8% at the last election, will probably get 11% again. But they could actually gain 21 seats. And according to the numbers now, Reform UK, which was Brexit at the time, they got 2.1%. They didn't stand in every seat, obviously. They withdrew their candidates. They could get 8% of the vote, which is actually close to the current numbers. It's about 8%, 10%, the Reform UK. But 8%, 10% is not enough in our general elections. They're not going to be able to get any seats based on those numbers. Now, back to the Tories. The problem that they have is that, as I said, tomorrow we're going to have a lot of media interviews in the morning, the breakfast shows. And some questions are going to be raised, hopefully, by the media people, by corporate media. Firstly, grant shafts. Really? As a country, we got together, our government, and thought, let's make Grant Shapps Defense Secretary and send him to Ukraine. That's probably a good idea. Now, the defenders of Rishi Sunak and Shapps would say, no, he's a political appointment, and it's good. We don't want a military expert as a defense secretary. We already have the chief of the military and everything with that. We just need a political appointment, which is fair, I get it. But we're getting close to the election, and the whole Ukraine situation, we're pretty much involved in that. And if things go wrong, it's not just damaging the Tory party. Who cares about that? It's going to damage the whole country. So if Grant Shapps happens to be a good defense secretary, then fine. But I'm slightly pessimistic, mostly because both Grant Shapps and basically the couple of recent appointments that we had, the mini reshuffle a few days ago, were based on those who were loyalists to Rishi Sunak. So these were friends of Rishi Sunak. That's why they got these jobs. We got the senior backbencher saying the whole thing is becoming a chumocracy instead of democracy. All the chums of the Prime Minister are getting jobs. Now, meanwhile, according to David Maddox, a number of MPs have confirmed that letters of no confidence have now gone in to the 1922 committee chairman, Sir Graham Brady, asking for yet another vote on the leadership. Already, allies of Boris Johnson had started sending their letters in, but now others have also joined them. One former minister have said that I'm afraid there has been no strategy at all, communications or otherwise. We are completely adrift. Another disgruntled Tory MP told David Maddox that it just feels like we have completely lost control. The country is falling apart. Nobody really believes the Prime Minister can win an election anymore. I mean, when was the last time Rishi Sunak won an election? He didn't even win his own leadership election. Nobody voted for him in the membership of the Tory party. So I don't know why they're surprised about this. Also, I'm getting sick and tired of all these updates every few months saying the Tory MPs are sending their letters of no confidence. How many times do we have to say that? It's like they're doing it every 6 months anyway and nothing happens. Thirdly, most importantly, you had so much time to do this. If you're going to do a leadership challenge of getting rid of him, it's getting so close to the election. And right now, we got nothing to lose. The country's got nothing to lose. The Tory members and supporters got nothing to lose. I mean, if you keep Rishi Sunak, he's probably going to lose, right? So why not just take another gamble, cause chaos, get rid of him? But do they actually have an alternative? This is the main question. Who are you going to be backing? If you happen to be a Tory member or Tory supporter, who would you back right now, to have a leader for the upcoming general elections? Hypothetically, Rishi Sunak is now gone tomorrow. Who do you get? You're not going to get Penny Mordaunt, those nutters, the globalists. You're not going to get, Boris Johnson because he's out. Liz Truss, probably not either. You can't really have many options who are credible right now. Now, some would say, well, Kemi Badenoch is still young and inexperienced, and I have a feeling she might also be too much of a game player and a team player as well in Westminster. She might not be that Puritan, principled politician that you think she is. If she is in power, she might make some concessions that might upset her own base. Same thing that James Cleverly did. James Cleverly was supposed to be this sound, conservative-minded, independent-minded politician, but the more he got senior jobs, he has to play with the game. So he's not really that sound. He's just going with the wind of the Westminster leadership, essentially, in the bubble. But we don't have any more options. Who would you back, hypothetically, if you were forced to vote for a Tory leadership candidate tomorrow? Let me know in the comment section. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.